Rob Stone, Randy Peterson, back here with you in Arlington, Texas. Our continuing coverage of the PBA Experience Showdown presented by Bowl.com. 3 down, 3 to go. Norm Duke, your leader, through 5 frames. Up next, that man, the real deal, Bill O'Neill.
The PBA Experience Chameleon Champion owns 2 titles on the PBA Tour, including the 2010 U.S. Open. From Southampton, Pennsylvania, please welcome Bill O'Neill.
And what a season this young man had. Finished tied atop the Player of the Year points list with Walter Ray Williams Jr., but the first tiebreaker is the PBA points list, and Walter Ray had a commanding lead in that one. O'Neill beginning on the Shark. And Shark has been tough. Only Norm Duke so far has struck on it.
And Bill O'Neill just a season ago, and he went from a guy that was a show-making machine but couldn't win, and then this season captures his first title and then follows it up a couple of weeks later with
U.S. Open.
A U.S. Open victory.
Beat Mike Scroggins by 60 pins in late February for that title. Good pickup there by Billy O in the first. But his first title came back at the World Series of Bowling at the Chameleon Championship, taking on Ronnie Russell. 205-192. O'Neill finally was able to celebrate.
I told you guys at home I'd get one. I told you.
His first tour title on the PBA Tour. And he went on, as you mentioned, to win a second one, the U.S. Open, as we take a look at the Chameleon oil pattern. And that is what O'Neill is on right now. Spare strike for Billy O.
Yeah, and it was a real grind out that day that Billy O won his first title. He just held on, kept the ball in play, and boy, when he needed it most, he stepped up into the 10th frame and made some of the most beautiful shots you'll ever see to win that tournament.
10 top 20 finishes this season, 8 in the top 10. In fact, he was in the top 10, Randy, in 5 of the final 8 tournaments, but he could never really kind of get himself onto the show to earn those Player of the Year points. Hence, he finished tied for first with Walter Ray Williams Jr. Again, Walter Ray winning it for record 7th time due to the tiebreaker.
And Walter Ray led the regular tour point list by a lot.
Yeah, you ask anybody on the tour, they say Walter Ray earned this one. It was his. On the Viper. Oh, back-to-back jacks.
Nicely done. Catches that double early.
For them.
Boy, we talked about it last week. We saw this quite a few times. This trip 4 being a right-hander's best friend, especially when you're working on a strike.
So O'Neill has gone spare, strike, strike, moves 1 lane over and gets ready to battle the Scorpion oil pattern. Number 2 in earnings this season, 2nd in PBA Tour Point rankings, and is about to get married. Coming up in May.
Real deal's dialed in, man. There's the adjustments from pattern to pattern. The ball changes, the speed, the release, the angles, all of it. He's got the whole package.
It's not my song.
All right, Bill, you step up next. Your final oil pattern, the Cheetah. What are you eyeballing right now?
You know, I'm playing a little bit closer to the Viper, a little bit further left, and I'm going to try to give away the pocket a little bit more. Trying to use the same balls just to kind of keep the guessing game to a minimum.
How true are these 5 oil patterns playing to what you've seen throughout the season in them?
They're pretty similar. The back ends are pretty fresh right now because you know, we didn't bowl them too much in the beginning, but they're very similar.
So O'Neill started off with the spare, since then a 3-bagger. Norm Duke, your leader right now through 5 frames, followed by Rhino Page, and then the amateur Kevin Ruhr.
Be right. Yeah!
Closes with the hambo. Good job, Billy O.
Yeah, nicely played there by Bill O'Neill. He takes the lead. Remember, the top two after 10 frames advance.
O'Neill on top, followed by Duke, Page, Ruhr. 2 left. It was a career year for 46-year-old Jack Jurek. We like to call him the Ripper, and we'll tell you where he got that nickname when we return to Arlington, Texas.